now. A change of pace. We're here on Inferno. As we kick this one off, we need to see something new coming out from them. Take it as a best of one from this point, Blair. Get rid of that game, put it out of your mind, and take it fresh from Inferno.
Absolutely. It is your map pick. It is a map that, well, you do have the advantage of knowing that you have beaten MIBR on it. However, they're going to be starting on the T side, and from what I remember of that game when they played last, the T side for both the teams is pretty horrendous. I would like to see a much more aggressive, a much more confident North here to at least put up a show. For MIBR, though, you just need this one map, and they're going to ensure they're going to be knocking out North early on. CD side from MIBR, they do have the utility in the hands of, I do believe it's Fallen, with the smoke, the flashbang, and the nade. They don't have a single kit, however. And for North, 2 smokes, a Molotov, and a couple of flashes in the hands of Valde and Gade. And by the way the setup here, it looks like it's going to be this hit towards the A bomb site.
Oh, Taco with the first opener. It's a nice way to fight back as he removes the lips of Gades. 2 more kills coming through as well from Phelps, but there's a quick trade back. It leaves them into a 2 versus 3, but they're trapped, pincered in towards this bomb site. Luckily, they get the smoke down over towards Mini early on, but coldzera, showing that he can be the world's tallest man, peers right over the top, trying to get a spot, looking over the treetops. Fallen, coming back round from quad. Oh, they get the first spot, they take them both down, the run boost to get the quicker defuse towards the site, and that was very nicely played.
Yeah, that was just clean and easy. 2 beautiful taps coming out from Phelps. For a moment there, I felt a little worried for MIBR because it just had 2 players towards A. They were expecting an early play towards Banana. They had 3 players set up there, but the 2 kills by Phelps, 1 by Taco, and then it was just retake time. I really like the fact that I do believe it was, I think it was Fair, who didn't really continue to go for the fight. He let them get the bomb down. It's okay. It's a 3v2. You have the man advantage. You have the health advantage as well, and they just won it in a very, very convincing fashion. Clean and easy as you like it. For North, though, they got the bomb down. That means they will be able to eke out a pretty solid buy. They have the SG in the hands of AZ, the AK-47 for Kirby, and Valde. Bit of utility, and the UMP. And for Gade and Yugi, just the naked Desert Eagles.
North. I want to see what the call is of obviously how they're actually going to play this one out going into this round right now. Just seeing if MIBR are actually going to go from any aggressive plays and push their way down, holding towards those choke points initially. They get the deep banana control. They've got the smoke off. Fallen's already been able to get into position. They can rotate back off if they want to. Fur can re-smoke it, head towards A, but it is the all-out A aggression. That nade will stop them in their tracks, though. Goodness.
Luckily for them, it's the two players who don't have any armor to work with, but Taco with the MP9 will have no trouble dismantling them. Phelps joins the party as well, and just like that, Kirby and Valde are going to be left in a pretty uncomfortable spot. And Valde, being very cheeky, what a play from him, finds 2, looking for more runs out of bullets. Unfortunately, Fair finds him, and that play could have been wonderful from Valde. Great trigger discipline. Unfortunately, 25 bullets in the UMP, just not enough. If he had an AK-47 there, Jackie, I believe he could have got all the 3K.
Oh yeah, he could have put himself in a position to actually carry on with that round to do a whole lot more, but that was quickly taken away from him. MIBR on their CT side already looking fired up, obviously versus more of a weakened buy from North going into that one. This should be a bit of a freebie, probably just a Shock and Awe style burst coming out from North, you'd imagine. The 2 flashes on Valde. Maybe show us a bit of a cheeky B play. Oh, it's the CSX Mixes strap, Blur. They're just going for the mid-crunch.
Uh-oh, coldzera from behind, licking his lips and lining up for him. He fights 2, 3, 4. Everyone's gonna fall. Is going for the ace. It's an eco ace, but an ace nonetheless, and that's money for days for coldzera.
Yeah, that was beautiful. The money maker himself. He'll be splashing the cash going forward from that one, dropping the AWP over to Fallen so they can keep themselves in a good position. 3 rounds picked up. Finally, North can start to put their stamp on the game. This is where it gets real.
This is where you would hope that it gets real for North. Yes, MIBR, they've won all the 3 pistol rounds so far. They've been able to convert it very convincingly as well with its anti-ecos. And yeah, North, I mean, they have a lot of work to do here. And like you mentioned, they do have all the guns to work with. They do have all the utility as well. A lot of Molotovs, a lot of smokes as well. And for MIBR, they opt to keep 3 players towards A here. None of the early banana aggression. But that being said, they do still have control of the top of Banana. They might be looking to re-aggress further down towards Banana with Fallen with that AWP looking to get something done. Bear in mind, Fallen hasn't died once, nor has he got a single kill or an assist, and it's still 3-0 up. That's how comfortable it's been so far for MIBR.
aggression out towards mid. Boiler going to be turning up the temperature as it's ignited. Gade takes a small sliver of damage, losing 10 HP, forcing him back. Everyone is grouped up there, though. They're cascading the smokes across. They're going to be getting prepared to go for this punishment play on towards the A site. However, it's all been a bit of an elaborate ruse. They're actually backing off and heading up towards B.
And as they make their way there, they do have a lot of utility. They could make that B bomb site very uncomfortable, especially the player who's playing towards first oranges. They have 3 Molotovs, mind you, Jackie, 2 smokes and a flashbang. So things could get a little rougher for. He does have helps to help him out. The smoke's going to be coming for CD spawn. That should be the tell. Do they have any utility remaining? No, it doesn't look like. There is a flash from first. Going to toss on it out. Yugi with the TK. Phelps finds one. That is just things falling apart as Phelps continues his reign of terror, leaving it all on Valde, who's coming in from behind. He finds one, but he's got so much more work to do.
Yeah, he really has to keep on giving into this round. Valde, he's proven how crisp and clinical he can be into these rounds, but he doesn't have much time, and he doesn't have a working head anymore. It's been plicked off his body there by Fur, who scavenges the AWP as well. Yugi with a TK. It looked like it was a beautiful double kill coming out there just from the spam, but no, it was the team kill that comes across, represented by that -1 for Yugi.
That is unfortunate. And that's the thing, they spotted Phelps out, but the flashbang, the timing on that counter flash by Fur was so very good. I really can't blame Yugi for it. At this point, he's just having a very rough day indeed. We do have an interesting buy. Valde's actually gone all in. It's just on $900 on that nade. It's going to do so much damage. Fair. He will fall on back. He gets the initial kill, but he's on 2 HP, so he's got to find his way to safety. And, well, he does have backup as well. Fallen has arrived to hold on to that bomb site to help defend it. It's North. They look like they will be going for the full commit because they just have a little bit of smokes and utility to be tossed in, and now they have to go for the fights.
And they're going to have to go all out through the smoke as well. Fallen's put that one down. They can either decide to hold and wait for it to dissipate and then try and go for the execution out, but there's still another smoke towards the bomb site. They could waste so much time here. Instead, they go in isolated. They can't quite get together to complement one another. They're walking into the unknown blind, and now they won't be able to see anymore either. All laid out on the ground. MIBR with 5.
That's just so unfortunate, right? They had that 1 smoke and a couple of flashes on Valde. The rest of them were on an eco. And Fallen, he just tosses that smoke, neutralizes the CD smoke. Yep. And by the time that one dissipates, they walk into a trifecta of doom, some people might say, getting completely destroyed by Fallen and Phelps. We do see the Vi coming in. And Valde, because he went for the full investment, he just has the AK and armor and just a smoke and a flash. It's still something to work with. But right now, man, this is just a repeat of what we saw in map number 1. It was 5-0, a clean start for MIBR on Mirage as well. It looks like the pain train continues for North.
Yeah, it really does indeed. It's been pulling into the station and absolutely steaming ahead at this point. Arch control appears to be a bit of the play. They've already got deep in towards brackets at least, so North a bit more advanced getting into this round. AZ gets the first pick, big spray on towards Taco as well. They've actually opened it up. They can do a whole lot more. They get the re-smoke back over towards Library. Phelps is just going to big ball it and walk his way straight through. Get the kill onto Valde. Starts to slow things down. Oh, the peek from coldzera. The trigger discipline as well. He waits and lines it up. That's the bomb drop. The repeat going to come round from AZ. He's suspected as he gets the sprays off. He's quickly going to adjust himself, but Kirby's a killer, and he is going to leave him dead on the floor.
Fallen, if he only knew how low his players are, he might have tried going for this, but of course he doesn't. He has the AWP as well. There's no need to give it away. He is, however, pushing towards the apartment, so he could be at least going for some exits here, making things a little bit more miserable for North. But what a hero play by Kirby there. If he had got taken down, I do believe MIBR would have been able to potentially pull this one back. Unfortunate timing for Fallen, and Kirby picks up the 3rd for the round.
It looked like one of those rounds where potentially if Fallen would have got himself towards Boiler there, if he had creeped out, found an AK, started to slay him, they were all so low you could see it going through his mind of how he wanted Swap to play it. Luckily, they have an absolute ridiculous amount of money, so they were able to reinvest back into this one instantly. Double AWP setup coming out there, 1 for Taco, 1 for Fallen, the 3 Orgs on the other 3 Musketeers of the MIBR side. Yugi has donned the AWP though. Luckily, they were able to scavenge that, of course, pass it across to him, but will he have a big impact with it into this round? On Inferno, you've got that AWP on the T side. You really need to do something in the first sort of 30 to 40 seconds of the round. That's your period to try and get the early opener if you want to cause a bit of chaos, Blair.
Absolutely. And AWPing on the T side of Inferno is not exactly that easy. You have to be very mobile, very, very quick. It's all about mind games here as the nade, unfortunately, will back off towards sandbag, so there's no one quite there to take any damage on the side of the Brazilians. And you can see the setup for MIBR. They have 3 players waiting towards the quads area for the A bomb site. And just 1 player holding the line towards B. It is Fallen, Big Daddy Fallen with a big gun, as Fair will now be making his way towards B. They're expecting a play towards B here, the fact that they still have 2 players. However, Taco with the op, the dual op setup. We know what he can do. He is a very capable wielder of the Zoom banger. Will it work out, though, is the question here.
Well, he's been flashed off the angle. He couldn't help his teammate. At this point, it's way worse for him. If he wants to go for the peak, it's going to be quite dubious, as Yugi, scoped in the position, should hit that shot every time, which he will. They now swarm towards the site, and they're all crumbling. They're hitting the deck like flies. Fur and Fallen, just save it, boys. Give that one away. That's going to be the 2nd round for North here, secured off of what was a little bit of an unorthodox setup there, really trying to complement each other. Obviously, couldn't do too much. At that point, he's been flashed off. The whole setup towards quad has just gone out of the window in a matter of seconds, blah.
Yeah, MIBR, I think we're waiting for kind of a proper smoke flash-based execute towards to try and take bracket control. Instead, I do believe it was, I think it was Gate or Yugi, Gate or Valdi, I'm not sure who it was. He just swung out wide, got the player towards quads, and I really like the patience from them, not aggressing further out, waiting patiently. Taco, he spots the elbow, he spots the shadow, and he peeks out wide to try and get at least a trade in, but Yugi was ready and waiting. That was a very well played round from North, and especially MIBR weren't expecting that, right? And, well, 2 rounds on board. And bear in mind, it is Inferno, and MIBR, at least of late, have struggled on the T side as well. So even if they, let's say, have a 10-5 or 11-4 scoreline on the CD side, they wouldn't be feeling that confident. So right now, for North, getting these 2 rounds early on initially in this half, it's great for them.
Yeah, it's a good start, at least, to get them back into the action. Obviously, you can try and trickle with this and continue on from this point. You've also now got MIBR right where you want them, with a way more stunted buy. Well, just the stunted save, really. The 2 weapons they were able to carry over on Fur and Fallen. They do have a small amount of utility still left to work with, but no offensive nades. They can't get in with those deep HEs. They can't get the double molly off, for 1 for close, 1 for deep, to try and deny this push-up Banana. So Banana control is gifted to North in this opener.
Indeed it is. And Kirby, is he going to be expecting the play of Fur? Not aware, someone might have walked on past. Taco should be very careful here. He's going to be falling on back. Is Fair going to walk on out and go for the kill? No, he's not. He's still going to sit around. He's gathering quite a bit of information. He hasn't spotted anyone out towards apartments. He hasn't heard any footsteps either, or any smokes or flashes being cocked, as a hit is going to be coming in towards a B bomb set. Phelps playing right in front of the smoke, but he's going to get hassled by his bullets, and he will fall on back. But that re-smoke by the CT is going to delay North even further. Luckily for them, though, they have a lot of time to work with. Unluckily for them, they have only 2 smokes remaining.
Yeah, what's good about this as well is the fact they were actually trying to cause a little bit of a seed of doubt in the minds of MIBRs. They were holding for the mid-rotation. No one fell for it. No one went for the gamble. They've still got 2 players towards the site. It wasn't the complete over-rotate. Fur kicks it off with 1, continues to add this as well, gets the 2nd pick. At this point, you outnumber them. You might not have the best arsenal in the world, but it just comes down to that positional play. 30 seconds as time starts to tick down. This is where it comes to the crunch. Taco on the rotation back over towards Arch. We'll have a fight against him with Valde. Loses out on that one. The convergence comes in towards the site. It's a swing and a hit from Valde as he's just being able to rip his way through all of them. Coldzera up close and personal. They give each other a hug. He somehow stays alive, but it's down to the 1v1. Fallen actually in the 1v2. They're not in a great spot. They're going to get that bomb down just in the nick of time. They're saved by the bell, and Fallen's got to mount the retake with the old faithful, the AWP.
My lord, that was so very close. Coldzera making things miserable for North and unfortunate for Fallen. Too many angles to check, and especially going in on a retake, but the AWP was never going to be easy. Valde with a hero play, 4K for him, a crucial 4K indeed. And speaking of 4K as well, for Yugi, they're still to yet get off the mark. He's been having a rough game so far, right? Even in Mirage, not really being able to do much, and now on the T side of Inferno, an even rougher map to warp on. He's been struggling, but for North, they do survive a scare there, and Coldzera, Fur, dude, like, just that 1 AUG being such a problem for North.
It was very well played as well. No over-rotation the entire time. He was stone cold. Even when we actually saw that initial push coming around towards Arch side, right? A lesser experienced player might have just pushed back out a boiler, went for a wide swing. At that point, you've given up so much map control. They could do so much with that. Instead, he held his own. He knew to go for the balcony peek after the suspicion towards the B play. It was very nice from him.
It was indeed. And with that, I think that's these 3 rounds have been a very crucial confidence boost for North. As we are now in round number 9 of this first half of map number 2. For those of you just tuning in, this is the pick from North, as MIBR right now do have the 1-map lead, winning very convincingly on Mirage, as in Molotov is going to make life a little miserable for Taco, caught out, jumping on over. Nice shot from Yugi as he opens his account. However, Fallen, though, a little too slow on the trigger finger, and Valde punishes him for it as Coldzera in the pit. He finds one, looking for more, but Kirby is there for the trade, and it's going to be Alden for who has been the hero for MIBR so far. But this 1v3 might be a little bit too much to ask for.
It is definitely a big ask. But Fur, the man's name stands for ferocity. Can he try and show us a little bit of that getting into this round as he goes for the push around, elevated angle to try and catch Gade off guard when he extends out. Nice spray down at least. He isn't going to be able to get the round, but at least it's a kill. So expecting more of a push as well, faking out on the def cam there. But no one's coming towards him. They're not running the risk of losing this AWP or AK combo. They want to just salvage it, get out of there, and secure another round. 5-4. It's actually pretty effective. A way more competitive game on our hands already than what we had on Mirage.
Absolutely, right? And if you want to see map number 3, North... Oh.
Oh, fair.
Oh, crap.
He had a lot of health, but I did wonder when he was going to start to walk away. Oof.
Yeah, that's rough. We do have attack timeout getting called by MIBR about time. They are strapped for cash as well. And if Fervor at least saved that AUG, maybe they could have tried and, bought around it, maybe gone for a half buy, tried to utilize that AUG to make things a little rough. But unfortunately, with no AUGs in hand, they will go for a few pistol upgrades. You see Taco and Coulter going for the Deagles. But yeah, this could be the golden opportunity to tie things up for North. They can finally get to 5 rounds, and from then on, anything could happen. This is already a much better T side from North. I've seen an Inferno in quite a while. This is great for them.
Yeah, it has been much better. Yugi's getting into it a little bit more as well. He's had 2 picks so far into this game, obviously with a slower style they had over towards Archside in that round, getting a good impact frag as well. And we need to see that coming through from him. He definitely is one of the keys to their success, in my mind, of what they need to be having going down here on Inferno. Heavy aggression towards Banana early. Obviously, MIBR, they don't really have much to try and put up any kind of fight whatsoever. They also spot out Fallen. He's got 2 flashbangs to play with as a bit of a delay tactic, and they do have a smoke on Fur. He can drop it if he wants to when the extension's coming in.
Ooh, just unfortunate. It's easy. Opening it up, and Fallen just doing the dance of death, and AZ's having no trouble whatsoever with the SG. Finds all the 3 kills in that B bomb side is North. They do take a bit of damage in the form of Gade being tagged down with 33 HP, but not going to be too worried about this. They're going to tie things up, Jackie. And we finally do have a game in our hands here.
Yeah, this is good now. Actually in a position where, things are going to be very competitive going forward. Coldzera and Taco just save the Deagles, get out of there, hold on to those for another day, as this one is going to be close. Coldzera, 10-5 right now of 133 ADR. Big impact into the server. However, for the T side, Valde definitely has to have the MVP star sticker from me. He's been incredible in some of the rounds they've actually been able to get back into. Also in terms of just damage alone that he's done to the economy, right? In rounds they've lost, he's looked pretty darn ferocious.
Oh, indeed. And him waking up could be what North really need. And bear in mind, this is an elimination game, mind you. And after this day, they're still not quite out of the water yet. They still need to play, the winner of this game still needs to play the lower bracket. I think it is the Group B lower bracket finals as well. So they still have a long way to go before they guarantee the slot in the playoffs. So for North, considering how great they've been looking off late recently, it would be quite a disappointment for them to go out 0-2. So for them, winning this map is pretty instrumental to take it to map number 3, which will be, I do believe, on Overpass. Well, that's still a while away. Yugi once more with the op, as we do have Valde. Molotov early on towards top of Banana. But MIBR, they've actually kind of stopped contesting Banana. They were doing that early on initially in this half, but now they've been playing this a little bit more passively towards B. And that's actually allowed North a lot of room, and a lot of options have opened up for North. on his T side as to whether they want to go towards B, they want to go for A, you want to go for a fake, a double fake, whatever they want to do. Look at this hole from MIBR, Jackie. I mean, it's very, very passive. They have showed some presence towards top and mid, but now that they've expended a bit of utility there, they will have to fall on back. And that's free real estate for North.
Well, it's also because the way they were playing it before as well. They did the double molly, which is the close and the deep molly, so you're actually able to push your way out. They pushed down deep in one of the rounds. They're using the double HE as well. It's all about utility to actually get that banana control, and they just haven't had any, really. So they've not really been able to play it in the sort of style they want to go for. Effectively, you're not going to be able to get that banana control if you don't have the nades, so you might as well not bother. You could try and go for like a flash peek over, but into that round, it was instantly countered anyway, as North did the Fnatic smoke. So they're just trying to adapt for the sort of playstyle North has been bringing out. But North, with a backstab here, they waltz their way in towards the bomb site, and they do the dance of death as everyone is hitting the DECK. This is not a good position to be in. Valde slaps the mag into the AK as he rips his way through Cold Zero. Fallen looking for some kind of response, but I doubt it's really going to be coming out just yet. Valde doesn't have a position to push out a graveyard, doesn't have a need to either. They know the location of Fallen. Fur and Phelps now crouch walking back in to try and cause chaos. Gade gets the first, Gade gets the second. Fallen finally comes through, but getting out of it is going to be awful for him. The jump spot seemed like it could have had some potential, but Valde walks away with a hat trick.
The fact that Fallen stayed alive in pit made that retake very, very possible, very viable. But Gade, out of nowhere, 2 quick headshots, and I think it's the 3rd time we've seen MIBR, 3rd or 4th time, 3 times at the very least, where they've gone for that setup, where they have a heavy presence towards the quads area, no one out there towards Arch. That allows North to just walk on up and go for the pincer. And to be honest, I felt like that would have been MIBR just crumbling towards the A bomb side. Fortunately for them, Taco got that opening kill. We had Cold Zero find a frag as well, but great recovery from North. Even though they knew Fallen was there, they had some pretty good post plans. Valde was so very patient there, never overextending considering how low he was as well. And with that, North are finally in the lead for maybe the very first time in this series so far.
Yeah, finally they've actually got themselves in a position to do so much more and carry on here. 5-6, North leading. They have to set by example now. Gade almost going too close for comfort here versus Phelps as he pushes out. The CZ causing chaos in the apartments.
2 kills back-to-back just with a clip. Picks up an AK-47 as well. And now North in a 3v4, they will be going for this head towards B, but unfortunately for them, there are 3 players lying in wait here. This could be troublesome. And Fallen, he even goes down to 2 HP. He's alive, and the Deagle could be a problem for North in the right hands. Here, AZ finds Taco. Fallen peeks on out wide. Unfortunately, gets taken down. Fair holding the line in the smoke. Is he going to be feeling adventurous? Plan to push it out? He does indeed. But Yugi had the right read. And despite them walking the 3-man stack, the AK-47s will sing loud and proud. And it's going to be all on Phelps. And despite him getting the 2 initial kills, he really can't get anything much else done apart from holding on to that AK-47.
Yeah, that's the humanitarian effort, the recycle mission. He found himself an AK, he's going to pick that up and transfer it to a better place. Keep it living and fighting on here in this series, as it will go 7-5. North looking darn effective now on their T side. Actually, everything's starting to turn a bit better. Obviously, the cogs are coming through. Valde as well. He was the man we touched on, obviously, out of the triple threat we needed to see coming out in that tripod. Valde's now extended himself even further, looking very, very good into these rounds. 16 kills to only 7 deaths. He has been the master of backstabs, the arch control anarchist.
The arch control anarchist. I like that. Got a certain ring to it.
Yeah.
All right, so for MIBR, the buy is going to be coming in once more, and it is going to be the dual op setup, the dual Zoom Bangers, Taco and Fallen. Fallen, I assume, would be heading towards, early towards B. And yeah, I would like to see them be a little bit more aggressive here. Yeah, you do see the aggro Molotovs from the T's, you know, the one much more deeper, one middle of banana. But that shouldn't be enough to just make you relinquish that control. AZ pushing up. Self-boosting himself on top of the logs, trying to find something. Bullets did just whiz past him. He is flirting with danger. Takes a bit of damage, falls on back. But I like the fact that Fur is actually trying to contest Banana with his teammate here, not making it that easy for North. In the meantime, top of mid has been relinquished. Not fully, though. They have a player boosted up for MIBR, a position which Phelps hasn't used yet so far, but he gets wall banged down. to 15 HP, so lucky to stay alive. In the meantime, the Fallen does get a kill onto AZ, and that's Banana cleared out by MIBR, so now they know it's most possibly going to be an A hit.
Yeah. The thing is, they flash cleared it as well, but I'm not sure if the Fnatic smoke had actually fully vanished then, so they might not have got the full read down. So they don't quite know that there's no one towards the entire Ovi Banana. They should have rotated at least one player off at this point, head over towards the A site and get themselves in a good position to roll with. Phelps get in contact. That'll now spark this revolution. Everyone's going to be coming in. The cavalry should arrive, but Gade wants to give them no chance in hell. He walks in, slumps out the first man. Valde causes a bit of chaos as well as he's punishing them all. The double kill comes through, and it's all up to Phelps and Fur. They're not in a great spot to do anything because only one of them's on the scene of the crime. The other one is absolutely miles away, and at this point, it's a 1 versus 3. North, they're getting another round.
To get another round. What a play by Gade. They're a beautiful one-tap into the play in pit. And Navalde, again, you said, he is the arch assassin. He's there everywhere. He finds a first kill and a second one, a nice little cheeky wall bang at the edge of the wall, and just like that, I think it was a 4v4 in favor. I mean, it was a 4v4 between MIBR and North, and all of a sudden it's a 1v3. Too far away to get anything done as well. And North, they continue to streak. I think it's 8 rounds in a row right now for the Danes on the T side of Inferno. That's a great, great half for them.
It also begs the question, literally is the point we've been bringing up with Valde, of why are they playing so lax towards Arch this many rounds in a row when it just keeps happening, right? It's like the definition of insanity. When you do the same thing over and over again and expect a different result, that's quite literally what is coming through right now. There needs to be a switch up. It's just not working out for them whatsoever. MIBR are going to go in for tactical pause. I do like to see this. Obviously, utilize them. You have them. You might as well. They slow it down. They can talk things through, hash it out, and see what they need to switch up, because Arch control is just not working for them right now. They're being so scared as well with the plays that are coming out towards Banana to at least keep them on their toes and keep them believing that it's going to be a late execute towards the B side because of the way that North have been playing the previous rounds. They don't really want to go for the rotation off. They're still trying to play 2 players there, right, in case it's all been a ruse and they're going to double back towards B. So lots of small things that are really affecting them. The mind games from North have definitely started to get in the heads of MIBR.
Indeed it has, and this is basically, it kind of feels like it's turned around now. The way MIBR are playing here, they're reactive, they're scared, they're not very sure as to what North are going to be going for. It reminds me of how North were on the CD side, but Fallen with the wall bang. Good night, AZ. A little bit of action happening towards Banana, which has been bereft of much luck for MIBR so far.
This is a whole lot better, though, actually. I like this play, right? So they've gone for that initial play. You've actually got the utility to go for the nades down. They did the classic smoke. Fallen just goes for the wallbang, expects them to push up close when they do the Fnatic smoke, which they did. Gets that kill. Here we go with the instant rotation. Taco's there, right? So Arch, that's been so susceptible this whole time, now is actually covered. They've got the 4-player setup. Everyone grouped up there, ready to rumble when this push comes down. And Fur, this could be a prime time angle. If Yugi actually goes for the extension, I favor him every time.
Absolutely, and you have and you also have the player towards Pit. I do believe there's Cold Zero as well. So even if Yugi gets a kill, the instant trade should be coming in. Yugi edging. Just runs on out like a madman, and he takes so much damage because of that. But then Molotov's gonna help deal a little bit more damage onto Phelps. And look at Taco. The timing is just horrendous for MIBR. But Fur finds Yugi. Phelps joins the party, but there is still Valde. He's sneaking around, but he won't be expecting Taco ready and waiting this time around. The flank will not work, and Gade's going to be left alone. 2 HP for him. He does pick up the op, but that is going to be the round going the way of MIBR. They finally break the streak, but it took quite a while. It was still 8 in a row for North. And they're going to be feeling pretty comfortable, even though they've lost this one.
Yeah. Again, they finally actually got the counter off on Valde. That was the first time they were able to actually get the initial rotation towards the site and put them in a position to do something there, because it was a little bit more aggressive towards Banana. MIBR, they had the read. They were aware of how they're playing it now when they do actually go for that default smoke, that the fact they are just going to go for the close push and try and burst in with a round like that. So way better. Way more effective. Looking like this could actually shape up for an 8-7 really tight half here going on. Obviously, there is an awful lot of money left for North, so it's not going to be a case of them having to scrimp and scram going in. Another pause coming out as well. You might as well. Last round of the half. Not going to be to talk about the buyers. Obviously, his money is through the roof. But to just talk about the pace of the round. What was changed, obviously, going into that previous one, Blair? And where do we go from here?
Yeah, that was basically Fallen getting that opening kill, like you mentioned. That was the game changer for MIBR. That allowed him to have control of B. They realized there was no one else there. And Taco being allowed the freedom to make his way all the way towards Arch. Again, we saw Voldemort. Pretty much, right? He is pretty much destroying everyone. Valde was trying to be sneaky once more. And to be honest, if Taco wasn't there, he could have made it work.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. The one that should not be named as the... is always just where you least expect him to be. The Horcrux is giving him a bit of protection. I do see this as well, though, because obviously last round and a half, you had that money built up. They can pump all the cash back in. Loads of utility there on MIBR, where they've got so many more nades to play with now. It should be an awful lot better for them actually towards the banana control. You were touching on the fact that it wasn't as aggressive. I'm expecting to see the mollies, the flash peek coming through, which will now come straight out. Fur goes for the face. You get that kill. At that point, you've done literally what you did before. You've denied the initial push. We saw how timid Northward towards banana last time. Why would they change it now?
And that's going to go, but now they're going to be going much faster before the rotation takes place, and that's a very good adaptation from North. And Taco getting spotted out. I think they saw that Molotov being tossed in and they triangulated his position. Phelps, though, is he going to be feeling adventurous? No, he's not going to be playing towards the library. Fallen. Ooh, nice little scope in there. Finding Kirby. His foot does pick up the kill onto, well, both the players towards B. It's all of a sudden all on Gate in a 1v4. He finds Fallen, but he's got so many more to find. And nades being tossed in as well. And Phelps is there to pick up the kill as MIBR. They finally show a little bit of aggression towards Banana in the last 2 rounds. And what happens, Jackie? They win those 2 rounds.
Well, they have it close as can be. More to come, though, as we'll carry this one on after the break. Arch was the weak point on the opening half here for MIBR. Valde was such an anarchist in every available opportunity that he had. He caused chaos in the backlines. But now it's their chance to defend. Blair, can he carry on? 18 kills to his name. Is there more to give?
I mean, what more could he ask of the man, right? 18 frags, well, no one in his team has yet to get to double digits. It has been a Valde show indeed, and look at the aggression coming out from north towards mid, and this is a bloodbath. This Gate and the Yugi, they're going to find 3 quick kills. Coldzera replies back, but they're going to be facing more aggression. Banana push has come in, the bomb is dropped. Coldzera is getting a little trouble here, and unfortunately for him, he doesn't have backup, but it's going to peek on White. Finds AZ, now it's a 2v2, bomb dropped out in the middle, and Coldzera, it's a mind game here. Yugi, he's been having such a rough game so far. He's got to go big. He is now paranoid as to where coldzera is, and coldzera's played this to perfection. He's picked up the bomb. It's going to make things a little bit more easier for his team.
Yeah, that was a raw start into this round. Everyone's just been going full aggro. And now it's down to the 2 versus 2. Tons of time to play with, but it all comes down to the kills. A tasty one there on towards Taco as Valde will take a bite. Still wants to carry on and get himself closer to that juicy 30 bomb. coldzera on the site. Valde has a good idea of where he is. The flick comes across, and of course he's going to be able to connect it. Tackles him, takes him, and North get their 9th with the pistol.
Again, Valde, the hero of North. I mean, that puts him in 21 kills and 2 such crucial frags. He had to win that 1v1. He played it to absolute perfection, re-aggressing towards that bomb site, gets the frag, and then, of course, the crouch peek comes out, and coldzera had no idea that Valde had pushed in so deep. 20 kills for the man. By far, he has been, so far, the best player in the server. Pretty much dragging his team. He wants it at map number 3. We do see the Betway odds, 2.25 to 1.57. Still definitely favoring MIBR. Why not? They do have the 1 map lead. But this map, with that pistol round going the way of North, and I do believe it is the first pistol round they've won so far in the series, that could be a good sign for them.
Well, it's a start they need to at least reinvigorate themselves. The fact is, the MIBR call to arms is going to be the double Mac 10 on Fur and Phelps, an AK for coldzera, and a CZ there on Taco, as they do have the utility to play with. Fallen as well, coming in to finally round things out with a UMP. As we go into round 17, they might try and do something a little bit cheeky back into this one. Are North ready for it, though?
Well, we saw what MIBR did on their T side on Mirage, mind you. It was sheer aggression, a vulgar display of power coming out, especially from Fur. Can they replicate it is the question here. As we do see Fur once more, he's got himself quite a bit of real estate towards apartments, clearing out the angles alongside his very capable teammate in Taco. CZ for Taco, 2 Mac 10s, AK-47 and coldzera. He is going to be the turret as a nicely timed smoke from Kirby to delay what will be, by the looks of it, it looks like an inevitable push. But then I say that, and we see Phelps over here on a fact-finding mission as well.
Yeah, a bit of a fun explore. A poke and prod into the round. Taco naded back ever so slightly from the balcony, as he'll have to try and readjust. They're getting themselves set up to go for this push out. You've got a player underneath quad, the setup as well towards Arch, but here comes the Warriors. Everyone going to bombard their way up. Nice Molotov to force them out of position. Cade with a white swing gets one. Fallen trades it back at least as they leave themselves in the 4v4. The all-out chaos ensuing towards the site. Yugi looking effective with an M4, but he's not going to be able to murder enough men, and it leaves it on Valde and AZ to bail him out.
How lucky was Phelps to stay alive there, and with, oh, they're just going to go for the save. They're just going to go for the save. MIBR with that force buy, they make it work, but I say that, Vol is still sticking around. Maybe looking for some exits. I really don't see him fancying his chances here. He does have the kit, but with his teammate all the way saving, and this is curious from Valde. He is really committing to this fight. It looks like he wants to ensure that MIBR don't take away any weapons whatsoever, even though they're going to be losing the round.
Well, they're actually exiting towards quad as well. Valde, oh, not only is he stat padding, he's also completely removing every extra morsel of firepower from MIBR. Taco nearly actually went down as well, so timid to tiptoe his way out because of the fear that was struck into him there by Valde. Good work into the round.
Yeah, I like that call from Valde. He told his team at AZ, just save that MP9. I'm going to stick here. I'm going to make sure they save no rifles. And he did it. Taco only able to salvage the UMP. So yes, MIBR will be able to buy it, but it ensures that the money is kept pretty honest for the Brazilian side. We do see the final tactical timeout getting used by MIBR. And for North, it is going to be a full investment. And why not, right? Valde knows that the money's not great. He made sure they only saved one gun, and they're going to be going for the full force buy here. Valde still with the M4, the rest of his teammates, 357s, and quite a bit of utility to work with.
They do have the nades. That's quite a big picture, as you said. It's one of those where Obviously, there's a lot more opportunities in Inferno, probably by far the most important map for utility when it comes to just being able to deny plays. You can do tons of damage early. You think about Banana as well, right? 2 well-timed nades down Banana, even just a single nade. You hit someone with it, the amount of damage you then do, you set yourself up for a 1-bullet kill with the M4 if you're going to get that headshot, right? It's so much easier.
Or even the 5-7s, right? A couple of quick taps there. And Inferno CD side is a side that you can win purely based off utility. Sometimes even without it even rattling off a single shot. So I do like this ballsy buy coming out from North. They don't want to really relinquish the slight little edge they have over MIBR score-wise. And we do see right now kind of a standoff towards Banana. Phelps waiting for that smoke to dissipate before he goes for any play. And right now MIBR just waiting patiently. They are also reading the fact that North could be going for an aggressive, cheeky push here.
Phelps slowly getting themselves in position. They're going to cast out one of those smokes. They have 3 remaining at this point on the side of North with a minute on their clock, which is pretty good. They can still burn an awful lot of time off the clock. However, the convergence is coming through. They're starting to group up and get themselves a bit ready for a late round contact play, it seems, in towards that B site. They've got the Molotov, they've got the smokes, they have the flashbangs. If they want to execute into this, they can force them out of the angles they're in. They can isolate their vision as well and keep them blind with the flashes. There goes the utility early. The spam comes down, but AZ, he's in the front line and he's starting to do what he does best, go a little bit crazy. Gets the first 2. Valde as well comes down like a ton of bricks onto Coldzera. Fallen's the only one that puts up a fight.
That is so well played by AZ, right? And unfortunate for MIBR that they went into the side which had both the guns. If they're going towards A, it would have been just the 3-5-7s and AZ. Beautiful play. He picks up 2 Kirby, getting a little too over-eager there, and all of a sudden things have actually turned around. The bomb is on the back of Mr. Fallen, and he's making his way towards that A-bomb side, and Fur is holding towards CT spawn. It's going to funnel North to rotate towards that A-bomb side through CT spawn, through mid, and that's just fallen apart. How has this even happened?
AZ gave Gade a little bit of a love tap as well, a smack on the bottom, Blur, to try and get him spiced up into this round on the way out of the site. He's done some damage to him, leaving him on 50 HP. Both of them fairly low, but the same can be said for the T-side boys into this round as well. AZ just spamming out, gets the kill on Fallen, but Fur, the setup is beautiful for him. He's tiptoeing his way around. Gade so focused over towards Mini as well, but AZ had it covered. The Krieg will kill him, and North, they win that round. The stack pays off.
That was all AZ, man. Despite his teammates kind of sabotaging themselves, he's like, listen, I got those 2 kills. I'm going to make sure we win this round.
Yeah.
And that was a great job by MIBR to kind of dig themselves out of what seemed like a pit of death right there, especially after the first 2 kills by AZ and Valde picking up that 3rd frag as well. But AZ, what a savior for North. That would have been heartbreak.
It looked like, you know, the Batman movie where literally everyone's just going, rise, rise, and he's trying to climb his way back out of the pit. It was at that point. We'd reached the lowest low into the round, but somehow, even with a broken back, my man Fallen still absolutely giving it, but it doesn't work.
And small little mistakes there, right? Kirby with the 5-7 just running down Banana.
Yeah.
I don't know what the information was. Maybe it was a misinformation play over there. It could be his teammates were like, AZ getting the Bloodlust getting a little bit too ahead of him, and Valde close by. They're going to be jumping out wide. That's a B-bomb site. That's a B-bomb site. Free for the taking. And MIBR, after such a rough round for North, they had to fight their way back and manage to clinch it out. And it looks like they just might have given this one away. 4v3 retakes on. They have utility, they have the weaponry, but especially this B-bomb site with so many angles to check, it could be a little too much of a tall ask. Gade will be flashed his way in, but he doesn't spot anyone out.
Yeah, that's a pretty awkward way to play it towards Banana there. So brute force. You're literally trying to force the issue before it's even happened, right? If you're going to go for it, I'd prefer to at least see sort of the flashbang in. Not sure if they actually had the flash into that round, but go for the peek. The drive face straight out. If they're pushing into you like that, you're not going to win that round. Unfortunately as well, it was the Deagle in such close proximity. It's not hard to hit that headshot if you're right in their face. Point blank, 50 cal. See you later.
Yeah, and he was pushing right next to the broken wall as well. I expected him to probably go for a wide peek from the car position, the old car position.
Well, the wide swing, right?
Yeah, a wide swing. Maybe we helped out with a flashbang. Maybe a couple of nades to just go for a wild spray while the nades are exploding to obscure the vision for the T's. But that was such a strange round from North. And AZ, the hero of the previous round, he the moment he died there, Valde was stuck alone with the MP9. Sure, he could have potentially got a kill, but when 3 Ts are just going to burst right in front of you, it's going to be a hard fight to win. And yeah, that was a little strange from North, especially after such a struggle to win the previous round.
Yeah, I mean, it's always one of those as well where sure you're going to give the game away, but if you wanted to, you can self-flash it, where you literally just throw it towards the roof and then peek out on your own. Yugi, fairly lucky to actually get away at that point as well. Does miss the shot, but he survives. No damage transferred. It's a bit of a stalemate, whatever. You have given them the top banana control, though. MIBR, they can play a bit more aggressive into this one.
Oh, indeed, they can. And they know they have North's money on the ropes, right? This is where if they win this round, they can start stringing a few rounds together. Yugi is going to be walking on up. The 3 players ready and waiting. What a kill from him. Can he escape? Yes, he will. But Yugi turns it around. He finds another kill. And in all the chaos, the flames raining all over. He's still alive, but he burns alive at the very end. And at the same time, Fallen finds Valte. That's a B defense just shredded into pieces. But then Gade comes in from Banana. He finds Cold and makes it so much more possible for his teammate.
That's glorious from Gade. Somehow he's been able to actually land that shot. They flashbang over as well. It's not going to blind them. Taco with a fadeaway. Somehow just punishing Gade. Back in. Wanted to try and delve into the action, but it wasn't meant to be. 10-10. MIBR. They're providing us with such high octane rounds now. Oh, can he get any closer, Blair? My heart can't take it.
Man, MIBR, they're just taking the fight to North on day now, and with the money completely smashed to pieces. It has to be an eco here. It has to be pretty much a full eco, and that's going to allow MIBR to regain that lead. Bear in mind, when it comes to, doesn't matter if it's the old money system or the new money system, when you're on the CT side, money's always going to be a problem for you, especially if not able to string clean rounds together. And because on the T side, you have the advantage of, you know, being on the attacking side, you can decide what you want to do, even if you might have a very low buy. The weaponry is cheaper. Sometimes you can just make do with a couple of smokes and a flashbang and potentially win a round. CT side, you want all the utility, especially because it's Inferno. You want those smokes, you want those flashbangs, you want the Molotovs, you want all of that, and also your weapons are generally more expensive than the AK-47s that the Ts have. So money is always crucial in Counter-Strike, but especially more crucial on the CD side of Inferno. And with that said, it is going to be full eco for North, and that's MIBR given an opportunity to get the lead once more.
What's the setup looking like, Bastion? Take me over there. I want to see if they're going for the tank. Oh no, it's more of just a little casual one, literally just the peak. AZ could try play anti-flash if he wanted to, where they're just going to support each other. It's kind of like a tank, somewhat.
Yeah, they could get lucky there. Ooh, the nade does a bit of damage. You're going to come running in through the flames and Phelps. He can just mow them down, finds 2, bit of damage, but he is just farming those kills, getting blocked by his teammate as well. KB, though, 2 quick kills. That is a little expensive, but that's okay. Op will be retrieved. And more importantly, they win the round before any more casualties for their side. North, though, they're going to be going for the buy here. But I'm not a big fan of the amount of utility they have here, Jackie. Like, let's take a quick count. They have 4 smokes. That's great. 2 nades, 2 flashbangs. That's it. Do they even have a single kit? And no, they don't. This could get rough.
Yeah, this is not really the most optimal setup. But North, I mean, the way they've been playing Banana as well, it has been a little bit sort of wild at times, where they just go for more of an aggressive, just swing in, try and fight it straight up. The double boiler setup, 2 men, 1 thermostat. Let's see if the temperature's going to be rising. Fur, trying to take him on right now, just baiting them out, hoping to see if anyone is going to push towards him. If he goes for this extension, surely he's a dead man.
He does have Taco as well to double team them if required. This is just such a gamble hole here. 1 nade from Fur. Does he have one, though? No, he doesn't. But the Molotov would just push them both out. But yeah, this is kind of a gamblish start. I've seen it work out in the past. Could definitely be something that... Oh, they're going to have to go for a play here. The timing is good. Tackle! Oh, no, he's done for. He's done for. Gets caught in midair. Kirby gets the kill. But now, the B presence from MIBR, they haven't gone for the play. That's such a perfectly timed smoke from AZ. And MIBR, they're telegraphing the presence. They're going to be pushing their way through. Smoke's raining in. Flash is going to be popping as well. AZ, what can he possibly do? As Valde is going to get the opening kill. Nice burst from AZ, looking for more, and they get shut down, dismantled by North. Not a single casualty, not even taking a single point of damage. That's a huge round indeed.
Yeah. Very nice. Hold their angles. Everyone just able to connect their shots. Looks simple. Crossfires were there. Good utility usage as well on the push towards the site. North tying it back up. They really do not want to be sent home here. Bear in mind, this is their tournament life that is on the line. If they lose this, it's over. If they win it, however, there is a 3rd map to come, Overpass, but we'll talk more about that when we get there.
I kind of find it a little strange that MIBR did not spend more time drawing out utility. They should have known that the money would not have been the best for North. I felt like they could have drawn a utility and then gone for maybe like a late round execute towards a B bomb set, or maybe towards A. It really doesn't matter. And North wouldn't have any utility to counter. They would have to go for those fights. So I'm a little surprised that MIBR went for that kind of like just trying to muscle their way in through the smoke towards B. Doesn't work out for them, but they will, of course, have money to go for a pretty decent buy here. They do have the Galil in the hands of Fallen. No op for him around. Yugi still floating around. The flashback's going to push him back. He's going to re-aggress out further. There's a player waiting for him, and Cold Zera will find the frag. Phelps, in the meantime, finds AZ, and that's the B-bomb site again compromised. They just don't know how to hold the site, man. And Fer, he strikes, he finds one. He knows there's another player waiting for him towards mid. The smoke's going to come on out, and yeah, that's a round done and dusted. There's nothing Kirby and Valde can do. Although Kirby, never mind, he doesn't get the kill either. Valde just going for a spray battle through the smoke. The guy's a madman, and Fair, what are you even doing, son? He's going to walk in, running through the smoke, gets taken down, and a better sense will prevail as Cold Zera opts to fall all the way back towards T-spawn. Valde will save the AK, but he's going to be frustrated at this point, man. He's sitting on 25 kills, and yet they're not able to continually, you know, close this out in a convincing fashion.
Well, it's the B site weakness as well, because obviously a lot of these rounds, again, we're seeing weakened utility that's actually coming out from North, but it's also sort of the way they're playing it, where at that time, again, Yugi basically is the front line, was trying to get the contact pick and the AWP comes out. It can work. You can literally AWP towards the wall and do it. However, it's the way MIBR have got their number. They know they're not really nading it, they're not Molotoving it, they're not going for any flash peaks. We haven't really seen that once, where you'll go for the complementary flash over, go for a double face. It's been so similar each round, Blair. They know how to counter it. They know they can push up.
And the thing is, it almost feels like North's falling for the bait. They don't toss any Molotov. And so after they took the first shot, sorry, when the flashbang came in for Yugi, he's like, oh, there's no Molotov. I'm just going to go for the re-peek. And there were 3 people waiting for him. And of course, they didn't know there was Fallen so close by as well, so he could get the second player, the second CT. He wasn't expecting the T's to be pushed up so deep. That banana hold has a lot of holds at the moment.
And so this round, they're actually completely stacking pretty much towards the A site as well, with 4 players. Valde, literally the only one with a rifle, basically having to play the rotation anchor between both sites, as he's going to head over towards B now and try and assist. AZ getting a bit of a read. Again, though, look how deep up they are towards Banana. They're not scared. They know there's not going to be any nades rolling in to hit him on the noggin. No Molotovs to go for the Sean DePaul impression and turn up the temperature. However, Fer showing that he is a little bit ferocious as he gives us the atrocities into this round. The double kill coming out from the man, and they want to play off the back of the high tempo as well. Just hit him with a high speed, high octane push. Valde with the AK will slay the first. Phelps gets punished by the 5-7. Yugi as well coming into effect. Fallen shows him how to warp into this round though, leaving them in the 2v2.
That is again Valde. Well, I can't really blame him. He did find a crucial kill. Now it's a 1v2. This is very winnable by AZ. He's got Kevlar, he's got a smoke, he's got AK-47, no kit, however, and a bomb has just got planted. So he has an inkling, at least where one player is. He doesn't know where the second one is, however. Fallen in the bomb site with that AWP of his, and that smoke's actually going to allow Fer to get himself up in a better position here. He's going to make his way towards Graveyard. AZ has an inkling there's someone towards Pit, and Fer was there a while back, but now AZ, he's got a lot of work to do.
Easy. Doesn't fancy it. Doesn't want to bite off more than he can chew. Not really feeling it into this round, as he will just go for the complete save, jump out the window, tail between the legs, and beeline it to somewhere safe where he can look for cover. Another round going to be secured there for MIBR. And the worrying factor is they're now teetering on the edge of being at that really unbeatable point, right? 13 rounds. They're going to be able to secure overtime soon if this can carry on. North as well. That banana control still providing so many odd nuances here and there. The play towards the A starting to develop better and better for MIBR. Scary factor is we need to see more from North. We've seen them in this position already in the tournament. This time, can they actually break that curse, Blair? Can they come back in and take the lead?
It's not convincing, is it? It's really not convincing. The CD side of theirs has been very rough indeed. This time around, however, they do have all the money, and it's such a crucial round here. It's probably one of the best buys they're going to have as we do enter the closing stages of this particular map. Ooh, Yugi does find Fer. At least something going his way. And he will fall on back to safety. Taco not able to go for any quick trade. So that's a danger man taken out of the equation. Bear in mind, Fair has been just phenomenal this entire series. As MIBR They're going to be getting banana control pretty much for free. There's no one playing up close here. And they've switched things up a little bit, haven't North? They have opted to keep a Yugi towards that A bomb site. Well, they have Valde and AZ playing towards B. Fallen, just ratting off a shot, trying to get some response out from North. In the meantime, though, coldzera is leading the charge towards A, as they do have brackets control. And the good thing for them is they still have a bit of time to kind of gather their thoughts and decide where they want to go for the hit.
Oh, smokes in towards the B site. Is this going to draw an over-rotation? It is just a bit of a ruse, it seems. They're not fully committed to it. Yugi actually takes the bait as well. Gade has to try and reposition into it. Luckily enough, because they caused a bit of commotion, they're still going to stick to their guns. They're going to hold towards the site, only leaving one man on B. The rest of them are towards the A site, and they're putting up a good defense. Kirby comes through on towards Phelps. coldzera, he needs to have a big impact into the round, but there is no chance for him. Yugi, with the peek back out, he's so bloodthirsty, he nearly kills his teammate. And Fallen just has to sprint away and save that orb.
A crucial win for North, but you can kind of feel the nerves in Yugi right now. He's just looking to hit anything that moves. Luckily for, well, fortunately for him, he doesn't quite land the kill on his own teammate. But North, with a very crucial round, they needed that desperately, and more importantly, they win it by, I think, losing just one player there. So that's going to ensure that they do have some little bit of extra money in the coffers, because they want to ensure that they're never in a state where they have to go for a full eco. For MIBR, they have money, and they're going to be going for the full investment. It's not the best of buys, because we see coldzera and Taco just with pistols, and Fair and Phelps with the AK-47s, Fallen with the AWP, so he's looking to make something happen here. Look at the pace being set by Phelps, just running in through the flames and sitting in the smoke as Fallen. This is a captain's play. He's always lonesome. Well, I say that, but Fair is there. He's going to pop his way up. Trying to use that AWP as a combat AWP, getting that opening kill, forcing North to over-rotate or having to use the utility early on.
Ooh.
All right.
Valde through the smoke. Man's got thermal vision. Spots out Phelps. Eliminates him. Already the advantage once again falling in favor of the CT side. The Bombardier on coldzera, supported by Fallen as they wait outside the smoke. The rotation is actually coming in, silently trotting their way back down mid. The smokes are still up for a little bit. So North will at least be starved for information for a few more seconds. They're using an awful lot of utility still as well towards the A site, but here comes the rotation. This is where the timing comes into effect. They better pull out their pocket watches and check what time it is, as AZ, he's realized it's dinner time. Bites down on the first, takes his way straight through Fallen, wants some more, but Valde isn't content with the level of kills he's got so far, still wants to add to the tally. AZ gives him a helping hand as he gets a 4K into the round, and they tie it up once more. It's always so back and forth now on Inferno. We know about the overtime game. Is it coming out again?
Looks like it, right? AZ, what a hold from him. And again, Valde, he got that first kill initially, and then that pop flash from him to keep the T's even further at bay, allowed AZ to re-peek out, get those kills. He's been just, even if he doesn't get a kill, Valde is just everywhere, enabling his teammates, and he has been such an absolute rock for his team. 3 kills for him remaining to drop the 30 bomb. For MIBR, it is going to be pretty much a full eco. I do believe they have a CZ in the hands of coldzera, but that's about it. And this should be a very, very easy, comfortable mop-up for North as Yugi and Kirby. They're going to get a couple of kills here. So it should be a quick round. And for North, 14-13. Can they string those 2 more rounds? Can they get to the magic number of 16? Or, Jackie, are we going to be seeing that easiest game repeated again? Is it going to be a multitude of overtimes?
Well, this is setting us up for an overtime here, right? Surely. At this point, it's looking like it's going to be a 14th round for North, as you'd expect. MIBR, they can't really do too much with just the Glocks they have in their hands. But going forward, I'm not going to be surprised. If we see this get equalized at a 15-15 scoreline, I mean, it's been so back and forth because it really feels like the CT sides for both teams has been the weak point, right? That's where stuff hasn't really been working out. Again, as well, quite a similarity is the fact it's been towards Banana, where a lot of these rounds found quite a few weak points to actually bait the team out. MIBR, they had really not enough players towards Arch as well. That was a very big staple. So if we get to the overtime, it could be interesting. However, Yugi misses on the first. Luckily, you hit the second, follows up as well with a shot straight into Fallen, and it's all down to Taco. CZ in a dream and a 1v5.
Yeah, just going to be looking for a constellation kill here. And Well,
there it is.
He gets a constellation kill, finds Yugi. Can he pick up the op? Yes, he will. Ooh, fancy movement.
Yes, I like it.
Love it from Taco. Denies the op, and Valde's like, where'd it go? Where did it go? Where did it possibly go? He's looking for it. Unfortunately, Taco's ensured that he's thrown it away. They do have the money. They have more than enough money, Yugi does, to go for the op again. But of course, you know, it would be a little annoying as we do enter the very final stages of this map. 14-13 for North. They need 2 more rounds to close this one out and take it to overpass. And for MIBR, the buy is going to be in. Can they break North? Bear in mind, North have money, so they're not going to be in any danger of getting immediately reset. And look at aggression coming out here, Jackie.
Oh, are they going to expect it, though? They've already taken some damage onto 2 of their players, but Valde and AZ, they work together fantastically. AZ carries on giving as well. Cold Zero has been slumped out in a matter of seconds. Only 1 pick onto the side of North. However, there's only 2 players remaining for MIBR. Mere seconds into the round, the tempo has been turned up, and the fast-paced assault was incredible. Now, though, Phelps and Fallen, they have so much to do, a ton of time to do it, but not a lot of support. It's going to be an awkward round from this point out for the T's if they're somehow going to claw it back.
That was a masterclass calling from Valde. He just completely bamboozled MIBR. 14-13, the back's against the wall, and are you going to expect them to go aggressing out like this? No one would, as AZ continues his reign of terror. 3K for him, looking for more. He won't find it. Phelps will get the kill and leaves himself in a 1v3, which could work out. He's got time. And the 3 separate 1v3s could take, however, he's got to cross on over. And unfortunately for him, there is a player ready and waiting, and it is going to be rough indeed. He's been spotted out. Doesn't quite commit to the fight, which is smart of him. He knows there's another player still in that A bomb site, and that is, of course, Kirby. Although, that being said, now that they've spotted him out top of mid, they know it has to be an A hit with 30 seconds on the clock. He doesn't know where Kirby is. He's sitting inside of Graveyard. He pops on out, with Jack in the box, and he gets the kill. 15-13. And they just need 1 more round to take it to overpass.
So funnily enough, going into this one, I actually still think there is a bit of a chance from IBR. Obviously, with the buy they've got there, where it really is just going to have to be something fast, something audacious. We've seen them already win 1 of those rounds beforehand, where they just went for the high tempo, burst in, just hit them hard and see if it works, right? You've got the MAC-10s. Give me a gangster play.
It could work out. That B bomb site has been a problem for North all this while. And I'd like to see MIBR take advantage of that. However, this time around, they're going to be barreling up alt mid. In the meantime, pressure being exerted towards towards Banana as well. But like you said, not a single rifle for MIBR. Just MAC-10s and CZs and, of course, a couple of UMPs as they're going to be flashing their way towards brackets, bursting on out. And it's going to be the op in the hands of Yugi that's going to sing on loud, gets the first kill. Kirby spots a couple of players. They're chaos as Yugi finally comes alive, finds 2 quick kills back-to-back. And Gate repositioning himself in such a good position. Fair, waiting at the edge of the smoke. Oh, 2 quick kills from Fair and Fallen, and things have actually swung around in favor of MIBR. Kirby, can he do more? He's found 1, looking for more, going for the fight, gets a 2nd kill for himself as well. And it's going to be Valde. It is going to be so fitting for him to get the 30 bomb as well.